All right, so after I've given up on the Mustang, Kayla and I went to a little farm place that we like to go and got some snacks and tomatoes. They have some really good tomatoes up there, and I do like those. And then also we went by Lake Tabor, who was having a boat race, which was really cool. So we watched the boats for a little bit, and now what we're doing back home, we're gonna take the old bad boy out, and what we're gonna do is try to just get one stump up today. There's 7 back here that are the smaller stumps that I think this thing can handle. The big stumps it can't handle. We'll have to get the stump grinder, but the little ones, I could definitely tear them up. As you remember, this was the first thing I actually tried to tear up, and I got nervous, and I just wouldn't do it because I was like, oh no, I'm gonna break something. Now much more confident on that. So this is the size of the stump. It's little. I think it's gonna have no problem getting that up. I'll have to dig around this way and then hopefully to pull it up, and then we'll throw it in the dumpster. But yeah, this was the first thing I ever did, and I was just too nervous to actually feed it the onions type of deal. Go ahead and get the pin out of here and then put the old roll bar up, and then we'll go from there. That went really well. I had to go ahead and go inside and get Kayla Stanley here and fill it back up with water because it is fairly warm outside. Luckily, I'm kind of in the shade back here, so it's not that bad. But I also had to throw my boots on because I've ruined about every pair of shoes that I have working on the property. And these boots, these rubber boots, I am telling you, I'm a big fan of comfortable rubber boots. So what we're gonna do is that worked really, really well. I only have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So there was 5 stumps in this area. Let me take a look, see what just happened. So if I can do them all like that, that's not terrible, because all I did was I dug around it where you can move it, broke a couple of the the bigger roots, and then it just snapped in half. I don't know what type of tree this was, but it was definitely, the roots are going straight down instead of out because there was only one other big root there. And this is good dirt over here. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of clay. Unless that's clay. That's sand. Is that sand or clay? Clay, huh? Just kidding. A lot of clay. What I'll do is I'll get in the hole real quick, get all this stuff out of there, and then we'll push the sand and the dirt and everything back in the hole. We'll spread some seed in a little bit to see if I can grow some more grass. But look at this line. That's what I want my ditch to look like right there. I don't know how I did that, but that was a pretty good looking line. So we'll get that thing out of there. So all I'm gonna do now is just take this and push all of this back in the hole and kind of tamp it down. I do have some grass seed that I'll throw on top of it. We'll go dump that in the dumpster. And then I'm gonna just do this 4 more times. I do not believe that I'll film any more of it, just because honestly, it's all gonna look exactly the same. They're all about the same size too. That one might've been one of the larger stumps, because you got this one, that one, this one's smaller, and then this one up here might be the biggest. Let's take a little look-see of this one. Yeah, that's definitely the biggest there. because it comes across to this side. This one might be the hardest one to do, or have to have a lot around it type of deal. And what I'm learning is just dig out further. Like this one, I grabbed a piece and it wouldn't go. And then if you just go out another couple of inches or a foot, grab the same one, rip it up, good to go on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dump all this stuff back in here. Some of it's like a big root ball, but we're gonna put that at the bottom, and then we will go from there. But the reason, again, I wanted to get this done is because this is, I know it sounds crazy, it is so annoying when you are lawn mowing, when you're out here cutting the grass. Lawn mowing, I just made up a word. It's like you're out here doing some sort of course in a lawn mower to see how fast you can go. And if I could just go up and down, save me a whole bunch of time. But that only took about 20 minutes to get that done. Once you get the machine down, that thing is really, really awesome. Soon we're gonna jump on the ditch. The city still has not got back to me, so I'm guessing that they don't care. And then soon we gotta get in here and remove all of this here. Those I think we'll be able to get those stumps in there, but that one back there is way too big. I don't know if that whole thing is a stump or what we're working with here. But we're gonna see if we can rip all that out too, and then just keep obviously this nice tree, grow some nice grass here, and then keep obviously all these trees and just kind of spruce it up a little bit, clean it up. And eventually I will definitely get a stump grinder, but not anytime soon. This will take me time to get this stuff done and then probably jump on the ditch really soon. I'm gonna open up the ditch back here more and then work my way forward. So we'll, but we're gonna continue to do this. We had no eBay sales today. We have not listed on eBay in a little bit. So you have that. And we have big whatnot shows coming up, but we have to take some of these days off to get this stuff done. But it's also good to take a little bit of a break from everything. We don't ever take a break off social media, but we can do some videos and then be able to take like 1 or 2 days off. And this is my day off. Like I said, there's different ways how people like to relax. And for me, this is kind of relaxing, coming out here, playing with the old tractor, digging up something, moving stuff, dumping stuff. It's really not that hard work. I'm not like out here swinging a hammer or like a big maul hammer or something like that, or a pickaxe, or doing a roof or something. And so, you know, I'm in the shade, sort of. I mean, it is hot, but it's not horrible. So this is how I like to relax. Like I said, Kayla's inside relaxing, chilling out on this nice Saturday. And you need it. You need it for your brain. You need it for your body. You need it just to be able to think clearly when you start to work more. Because August, we're going to be super busy. We're going to be like, whew, I mean, really, really busy in August. So we're just kind of taking a little bit this weekend and next weekend. And then starting August 9th, which is my birthday, we will be on Whatnot and then have 4 really, really big shows. And then just go from there. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down. I'll touch base with you periodically throughout this to see how it's going. But next, let's go ahead and move on to the other stuff. All right, so definitely hours later, and this one right here is kicking my tail, as you can tell. We did get this one. All these are done. This one where I said I think it was the biggest one. Look how it's like small up there, but the actual thing was huge. And it is just not budging. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and go get the chainsaw. I might actually like rinse some of this off so there's not a whole bunch of dirt there, and maybe try to cut it in pieces, because I've been able to actually break these in half below the line here. And then but man, I'll tell you what, these stumps are pretty gnarly stuff, and it was cut like before we got here, so this is all still pretty new looking. So you know, 5 years, because that's how long, you know, I think they did this. It was just, it's still a tough stump for sure. So my idea is to go ahead and cut it like this way and this way maybe, and then just see if I can get it. The thing is that the roots, I should have showed you the one root. The one root thing is like, there's 4 or 5 really big roots down below, because all the other roots are pretty much done. I've rammed it with that thing multiple times. It just didn't do it with that. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get the chainsaw. All right, that is enough of that. I'll tell you that right now. I still got the tractor running, so I'm about ready to put it up. 6 o'clock, way longer than I thought to do this. That one was ridiculous. Take a look at this. I had to cut it up in 4 pieces. Never came actually up, but it is good enough. And I think I actually bent the bucket on the front here downward. So if y'all have any ideas how to make that straight again, holler at me. I didn't bend anything else, but I'm pretty sure the bucket bent. I told Kay that I was gonna actually make hamburgers tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead, get that in the garage, head inside, cool down for a second. It is the next day, and I think I ended filming the other day with just kind of show you what's going on with the stumps. And it was super hot and I was pretty much wore out. So I was like, you know what, we're not gonna fill the holes in until tomorrow. And tomorrow is here, so it's time to fill the holes in. And it is a warm one out here. We just got back from church. It's around 2 o'clock and it's hot. I think it's like 115 degrees with the heat and the humidity and everything. But we gotta get this done today. Also, it is confirmed 100%. I definitely did bend the bucket. You can see how it goes down there and there. And I looked online and I looked on the old YouTubes, and it's very easy to bend these buckets, it seems like. And I just overpowered it trying to rip the stump up. What I did was I ran into it like this and just lifted and just bent it. You can, I watched the guy lean it up against a tree and you can unbend it that way. And that's what I'll probably do. And I might just have to get Kayla or when my dad's out here to make sure we can get that thing level, but not a big deal. Nothing else is bent. I didn't bend any other type of nothing on the hydraulics. I did hit the fence yesterday leaving. I hit it with the backhoe. So I knew that I was going to clear this, but I forgot the backhoe was out this far because I have to push it in this far to get it inside here. And I smacked the fence with this, and guess which one won? This or the fence? The fence lost. This one. And I happened to definitely rip a piece of the fence off and then ripped all the screws out of the fence. So we'll try to fix that today or tomorrow, but we're gonna go ahead and fill Kayla Stanley up with some water and some ice. I got my little cooler here full of water. And like I said, stay hydrated, very important. We'll throw some electrolytes in here, also important. Then we'll go show you the holes and start filling them up. So this is what we got going on here. This is the aftermath of yesterday. I can't even remember what I showed you guys, but I did get this finally down below where the grass is going to be. So what I'm going to do, and that's where I was spinning the tires trying to push that thing. I think that's where I actually bent the bucket, and this one's good to go. We'll just push all this dirt in there. We'll push all this dirt in here. We'll push this all dirt in there. I did that over here and it looks pretty good. I might actually need some more dirt, just a little bit of it, and somehow tamp it down. I'll run it over with the tractor a couple times. And then what I really need is going to be the best patch stuff for grass, like the best type, because I did put some over here like grass seed and it didn't come up that good. I watered it, I put it out when it was supposed to, I put it at the spread I was supposed to, and the grass really didn't grow. This is what we're working with over here. I can now run this over with the lawnmower, but really the grass never came up at all. Like the grass that I did, none of it's here. This is all just regular grass that I think was on there that, you know, like the old grass. We have some weeds growing in here, but the actual grass seed that I got did not grow. So I think a trip to Tractor Supply is going to be in order for the best grass seed. Now, Kayla bought something that was super expensive. It was like, man, like $100 for grass seed or something. And it did grow. So maybe that is exactly what I have to buy is the expensive stuff, because the cheaper stuff didn't really work out too well. So what we'll do is go ahead and get that done. As you can tell, I am already probably perspiring and getting hot because it is warm out. But enough about the weather. What I'm gonna do, look at the bucket. The bucket just makes me so sad. I can't believe I bent it. I can believe I bent it, to be quite honest with you. I thought it was gonna be tougher than that, but it's kind of flimsy. I mean, you kick it and it moves, so, but we can bend that back. That's not an issue. I was just worried that I bent anything else, but everything looks good. Now I did grease because it was time to grease these and they're working great, but I do need to grease these, but I also need to like rinse this off. This is totally muddy from yesterday, and I'll go ahead and rinse that off, and I'll go ahead and put the rollover bar up. I know a lot of people, you got to do the rollover bar. Oh no, this was stuck in here. Let's all try to find this. Well, at least I didn't go that far. And I told myself that I was going to put the rollover bar right when I got it out. And I said, well, no, we'll go ahead and do this. And that's what happens, is that's how you lose stuff, is you have an idea and you don't go to it. And then next thing you know, you're looking for the pin for the rollover bar. And so I just make sure that I do that now. I should do it right when I take it out, because then I wouldn't lose these. And also it's probably a lot more safer, because I didn't realize, I watched some videos of tractors rolling over. That bar's there for a reason, for sure. I don't even see it. There she is. She didn't make it far. Check it out. This is what I'm missing. I need you in the backyard, my friend. Also, there are some definitely tomatoes turning awesome colors here. I don't eat a lot when I work outside, but these right here are perfect little pockets of nutrition. There's another one down there that's gonna be good to go. So what I do with this is that I don't scoop it. I kind of just push it in with the bucket. I kind of like put the bucket flat and then push it or grab it this way. So I looked online again about how to like push dirt better type of deal, and that seems to be the way to do it. Instead of trying to scoop it, that just doesn't work out. I can gauge it better if I keep it flat and then push it. It's not a whole bunch of weight. It's actually more weight than you think. Like these guys right here, they're fairly heavy. So we'll load them in, drop them off at the dumpster, and then go ahead and get ready for this stuff. Problem is that I'm not very good at grading stuff, as you can tell, but also I think we need more dirt. Now, this one over here, I can probably get the shovel and throw that in there, maybe make that hole a little bit better. But all right, so the issue is that, as you can tell, I'm not the best at grading stuff. So I'm needing more dirt because it's really lumpy, as you can tell. And the worst thing is I threw all the dirt that I had away the other day. Stupid. Just a rookie mistake when it comes to something like that. This is what I did here, is that I had extra dirt. And so I think that we don't have any more dirt, is what I'm saying, is that around the property, I might be able to dig some up over there maybe. But other than that, I'm not seeing a whole bunch. Maybe here I can grab some topsoil here. That might help out, because back in there's a big mound of dirt there. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I might actually grab that, but I don't really want the vegetation. Like there's some bamboo. This is all our property too. Our property actually goes way this way by a couple feet, actually more than a couple feet. There's the stake. So if you run that way, all of this is still ours and good to go for me to use it. Yeah, and then this, yeah, I'm gonna have to probably use that. Then there's some more dirt right here that I can spread and use, which will be good. And then I used all this dirt over here already that was here. Also saw multiple snakes back here, like running for the woods when I was using this thing. And they look like all non-venomous guys. You kind of want to keep those around, the non-venomous guys, because they eat the mice, they eat all types of stuff. So I don't worry about them unless they're real big and they're copperheads or water moccasins. The only reason that I would try to relocate them would be because of the dogs. But other than that, you're gonna have snakes everywhere. Poisonous snakes, non-poisonous, we don't really matter. And like I was saying, like back here, it'd be cool to have all this like river rock or something, just so we can see the snakes a little bit better. Because I know they're back here and we just wanna be able to see them, so we can say, hey, don't go over there, dog, or us don't go over there. That's why I also wear these boots, because it's got to be a big snake to come up and bite me up here. Now, it could happen, obviously, but having these boots on helps me out tremendously out here. Tennis shoes, I don't like tennis shoes when I'm working out in the yard. Just because of snakes and rodents and critters and stuff that want to crawl up your leg and bite you or whatever. So what we're going to do now is take this, the old bad boy. I'll probably use some shovel work right here real quick and get some of this dirt in there and then tamp it down. I just been running it over with that. Works out pretty well. And then I'll go try to get some of that dirt, bring it over here, smooth everything out, and then go ahead and probably get some grass seed. Might even make it up to the Tractor Supply today. I really don't know if Kayla wants to go or not, but try to get this as level as possible, and so you can run it over with the Cub Cadet and it doesn't mess it up, or doesn't get like, you know, the whole, it's not all perfectly straight, so the Cub Cadet can handle it. But like that right there is a huge indentation. Like that handles it fine, obviously, but the Cub Cadet did easily fall in there, hit the deck on it, and we don't want to do that. We want this to be nice and even and pretty looking. Now it might take a while because of growing grass and everything like that, but this is going to be so much better when it's done. Well, there she is. Take a look at it. It's about the best that I'm going to get here. We're going to go get some seed, put some seed on it. That patch up there is from the trailer sitting there, killed all the grass. But check it out. I think I did pretty good. Like I said, I did take multiple buckets over there of dirt. I wish I had more dirt. If I had better dirt to pick up, it would be a lot better because I'm getting a lot of roots in there. That's kind of why it's all wavy and everything. But overall, I think my skills on the old bad boy are getting better than they were and definitely more confident. But we'll go ahead, throw some seed on here, water it down, and then hopefully grow some grass. Like I said, the first time we tried to get grass over there, it's not really working out too well. But maybe we can go get some better like grass for this type of stuff. There wasn't a whole bunch of clay on this side, which I thought was weird. On the other side, if you would have done that, tons of clay, like over there. Over here, not so much. So maybe the grass seed would do a little bit better. But what I'm gonna do, go ahead, wash this off, probably pull this over here, wash this off with all the mud and all of that stuff, make this go out and clean all that stuff out, and then just wipe her down and go ahead and put this thing away. Spread some seed. It is like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And that might be it for me. I know I'm gonna do more burgers tonight on the grill, and that might call it a Sunday. It's hot outside, so I am pretty much done already, but that ain't too shabby.